Alrighty, it's been a little while. I'm sorry here, guys, but I'm gonna do a little video. I could have gone so many different ways, but we're just gonna start this one. And I've met some of you face to face. Some of you might be new. Some of you I've talked to online. I'm just gonna go into this a little bit because there's so many different ways this can go. So I'm just gonna start by showing everybody a little bit of what I believe I found here and show you some measurements and stuff. So this is Google 3D. We're just gonna be going in and taking a look at what's here, and I'll try to stop once I get there. So right here, if we stop here, you can see right here and right here, especially right here, it looks a little bit like a set of eyes there. And if we look right around in this area, you can see kind of a set of little horns there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prominent horns there, maybe a couple of little diminished ones. And what looks like a little bit of a beard here. We're looking at a dragon. A little bearded dragon here. Little beard runs down. We have an eye here. Closed eye here. Sandwich Island. Maybe an ear. Jaw here. Goes into the neck. Looks like maybe we've had some slashes or some wounds on the neck here. But you can see it's pretty easy to see once you see it. It sits right there. Now there's some funny stuff off to the right over here. You can see this little A looking shape. I'm going to turn this a little bit for us. Now this is pretty strange, and you see this little strange looking guy down here, this little horn looking guy with the eyes and the arm thing going on here. Whatever else is going on buried in the sand over in here. But this A, if we look at this A, it's kind of cool. It kind of looks like an A. You can sort of see it there. Maybe an A with a little foot on it. And you don't think too much of it. But I'm going to show you something. I want to show you how long this is. So let's see. We're going to drop pin right here. Then we're going to measure over to the apex-ish area here. Let's see. You'll see we're roughly close to 70 miles. That's close to 70 miles long. One leg of that A is close to 70 miles long. Let's see when we look at this guy. This little horns we've got going here, and these little round bulbous maybe eyes, and it's like a little arm right there maybe, and a curved back here, and maybe there were some feet here. I don't know. It's strange looking, and it's fairly large. If we drop a little point here. Sorry, guys. If we drop a little point right, say here, and we measure to, say, the bottom here. Again, that's pretty large. It's pretty large. Whatever it is, it's fairly large. About 80 miles down there to the bottom of that. And if we're just measuring between, say, these 2 points here, just between those, whatever they are, horns, about 30 miles roughly. Give or take. This is very rough, guys, obviously. So, some very interesting stuff that's by the head there. And this, I don't know. Maybe a three-sided pyramid. I don't know what's going on there. Kind of strange deal there as well. Very large. We've got what looks like some stuff laid out up here. These figures, whatever they are here, are about 40 miles long. So that's just some strange things by the head here. So we're going to go up and we're going to look at something, because this thing has wings, and we're going to be able to see one of them. We're going to look at the one in the Pacific Ocean, or the one that is the Pacific Ocean. So we're going to start traveling up here, and some of you will see something as we go by here, and some of you won't. We'll talk about it later. But you can see how this is kind of rounded, just like you would expect from some sort of wing structure. And it kind of goes underneath here, comes back around, and it's sort of covered up right here. We'll get into that later. And then the wing starts back out here again. And you can see there was a little claw or some kind of talon there, and it looks like it might have extracted some venom there. Shot some out on the seafloor. You can see the apex of the wing right there is the apex, and then this is a fold. And then the fold comes down to a 45, and you have Hawaii here with its volcanoes. And we'll get into that here in a second, all the volcanoes. All the volcanoes are on the wing and the snout. So you can see all this scarring underneath here and these little skin tags and things. This little stuff here. We'll go over, and here's Japan, I believe. I believe they say they were formed when a beast was stabbed with a spear and the blood poured out and created the land. So right here on the wing, if you can see this, here's this left wing. Right here, here's the head over here, way over here. Here's this left wing. You can see this subcutaneous fold here. This would be like a dog's ear or a bat's wing. This little subcutaneous pouch here, this fold. Now, I'm not an expert, guys. I've been trying to research this stuff and figure things out. I'll do really well with people asking questions and criticism. People start asking questions. If you guys know anyone who is involved with volcanology or studying earthquakes or anything like that has had questions and that has looked at the science and they just don't understand, things don't make sense or it doesn't fit for them, and they're curious about things, have them look at this and try to think of things from this way. So we follow down, we can see there's like a shoulder blade like support structure here that ties the wing back into the body. You can see where it folds into the skin there. There's the underlying support structure where it ties in. It's hard to get a full look at this thing to see how that wing is set up, but we can see a little bit of it. See the way it folds in here. And it might come out back here a little bit. Now, as far as the other wing, it gets lost. We can see the outline of it a little bit here, a little bit here. Where's it go? Just disappears. Now I'm going to say this wing has the ocean on top of it, but I'm going to show you here in a minute that there's lava in this wing. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to offer that all the molten lava is not coming from some central core somewhere. It's actually being produced by this thing, and the reason and the way it's produced would be better understood if it was understood biologically. As best we can, there's nothing really like this on Earth we can compare it to. So let's go and look at where the volcanoes are. So I've showed you where, here's the snout. These are the little horns on the nose here, just like a viper has some little horns there, but probably a little different, obviously, because these ones all produce lava. You'll see in the volcano map here directly. So let's pull that up. This is a map of where volcanoes are at. And if you'll see, this so-called ring of fire right in this area here is clearly the wing of fire. So here's the snout with those horns. Those are all volcanoes. And it just follows the wing up and then bleeds in and out. There's something sitting on it, so you can see right here the wing is underneath this structure here. And then the wing is underneath here. So the volcanoes are spread out because whatever it's producing is leaking out and it has to come up. But if you see where it's not covered by anything, it's in a straight line for the most part here. Straight shot. Straight shot, that subcutaneous pouch there. Same thing, you can see the line, the support structure of the wing right here, and in the wing itself. So it would make sense, I don't even know where this thing would live, but, having the ability to make lava makes sense, I guess, for keeping eggs warm yourself, I suppose, or for defense. And I was just reading some passages that got into describing Satan a little bit and the beast that was fighting, and it sounds a little bit like this thing. We'll get into that probably in another video, probably not in this one so much. But here's active volcanoes, plate tectonics, and the so-called ring of fire. So you can see there's the snout there, right here. Looks like either side of the shoulder there. This is funny. Goes right up the wing. It doesn't show these ones that are on this little bit of wing over here, but they come up this way, right underneath, right across on this wing. You can see these plates, the plates of this dragon. If we want to understand the movements and the earthquakes and the volcanoes, it's not a flaming ball. There is something else going on here. What it is, I'm not gonna tell you guys, but I'm just showing you what I found. Look, I found this. Look, you look at it. Look at it for yourself. What do you see? And look at the mythologies and the stories. And now that's not even getting into this. I'll make one for this for you guys. But this is a 4,000-mile long mermaid. And she is laying on this dragon's wing. And we'll get into the tissues a little bit and the taphonomy of what's gone on with her. But it's its own subject. There's not really any experts on this. You can see where her hair is laid out. Hair lays out just here. See where the water washed over her. You can see where her stomach split open. It's there. We can see her breast and her eye. This eye over here is falling down. This eye is falling out. You can see the lips right here. We'll zoom right in. We can see the lips. There you go. There's the mouth. Now it's kind of muddled down a bit. The nose is muddled down a bit. It's been decomposing and falling in, and I'm not even going to speculate on the process that's taking place because there are too many variables to account for right now. We'll get into this next time, and we'll get into the scriptures a little bit, but that's it for now, guys. Here's our mermaid. There's the wing. It's the whole Pacific Ocean. Here's the head. See it for yourself. What do you think? What do you think that is? This giant A over here. 70-mile long leg. Just laying at the bottom of the ocean. Nobody wondering what that is? I'm wondering what that is. Till next time. Much love.